back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's up past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh my goodness! Floater received by Doherty. Set up by Simple. It's the left side attack here. That one is good. And a serve. Fergus Falls plays it up, and a rejection up front. Played here by Isel. The Meadow Simple. Back row attack by Toole. For Alexandria, sends it right on the line, a header and a goal! And the Cardinals score again to make it 2-0. As Grand Forks tried to clear, here's a shot and a goal! Now here comes Ali Habala through, and she'll score! Now look here, penalty flag again. Oh, now an interception! And here's a rollout. Now Thompson's going to fire right side. Mason Gorkuber's got it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alexandria! Makes it unbalanced line to the right. Pitch goes together, and he'll go down in the backfield. Save the equalizer. Now Hornstein will keep it in. Getting it to Atlanta. Precision fire shot and a goal! The Alexandria varsity girls basketball team travels to southwestern Minnesota to begin the 2024-25 season. Wendy Kohler's team is going to be tested not only tonight but tomorrow as well. A tough two-step for the Lady Cards as they embark on what hopes to be a memorable campaign of their own after finishing third in Class AAA a year ago. It's Alexandria at Marshall. If that matchup sounds familiar, that was the state championship volleyball pairing in Class AAA just 13 nights ago in St. Paul at the XL Energy Center. But now it's basketball between Marshall and Alexandria. The only meeting of the year between these two teams that are quite classy in their own respect. They've got great coaching on both sides. Wendy Kohler for Alexandria. As Steve D mentioned, Dan Westby, not only the Marshall varsity volleyball coach, but he coaches the girls basketball team in the wintertime as well. And Marshall will be a competitor in Section 2 of Class AAA. That section was won by St. Peter in the 2023-24 season. So unlike Alexandria, Marshall does not have a section title to defend, but they will be a team to watch out for as they get into postseason play with the likes of Mankato East, Mankato West, Worthington, St. Peter, Waseca, I believe, is also in that section for the postseason. It's great to be along with you this evening from Marshall High School. Russ Henricks is in a preparation along with the rest of the Alexandria Cardinal football coaching staff, putting on the final touches of what hopefully will be a winning game plan on Saturday when Alexandria faces Elk River for the Class 5A state football title. We wish the very best to Coach Hinrichs, head coach Mike Empting, and the rest of the Alexandria Cardinal football team as they play the Elks tomorrow. We hope you'll be at US Bank Stadium to watch the game. I know that many of the fans that are in the gymnasium tonight cheering for the Cardinals, they'll be making a trip down to Chaska tomorrow morning for an 11 o'clock game when Alexandria plays Stewartville. And then they're going to head across on Highway 212 over to the crosstown and into downtown Minneapolis to cheer on the Alexandria football team. So we've got an exciting back-to-back of broadcasting girls basketball from Marshall High School tonight. Game time is set for 6:30 for the varsity competition. And, of course, tomorrow we'll be on the air in the 3 o'clock hour with the Jotner Motors pregame show, and the play-by-play will follow at approximately 4 p.m. Our thanks to all of the Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters presenting our play-by-play of girls basketball tonight with Alexandria at Marshall, the lid lifter for the 2024-25 season. Special thanks to Jotner Motors for presenting our pregame coverage. Jackson is our KXRA studio engineer in downtown Alexandria, a little more than 100 miles away. And JP Boleen is situated with me. He's the videographer tonight for our live stream on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. So as you kind of get comfortable with the winter sports coverage through KXRA Radio, please keep in mind for our regular season games, we also stream those on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel. So various ways to either watch and or listen in. When you do check out the YouTube broadcast, you get the live video feed synchronized with the KXRA Radio play-by-play. So it's almost like watching a television program, except you're getting on your mobile phone or related transmission device, whether it be a desktop computer or whatever the case might be. Our thanks to all of the sponsors helping to present the Alexandria girls basketball season opener on our various platforms tonight. We're going to take our first break during the Jotner Motors pregame. When we return to Marshall, you'll hear my conversation with the Hall of Famer, Alexandria girls basketball coach Wendy Kohler, after this timeout.
Cenex Midtown Express has fresh made pizza, lunch and breakfast sandwiches, and broaster chicken, live bait, propane, and diesel fuel. Cenex Garfield has groceries, bait, and tackle, and made to order pizza. Cenex Midtown Express, Alexandria, and Cenex Garfield.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
North Central International. Heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South.
We're going to get together right now during this part of our Jotna Motors pregame show with the head coach of the Alexandria girls basketball team, Wendy Kohler, as her team's getting ready to embark on the 2024-25 season. Wendy, it seems like you've got so many people that have a lot of varsity experience coming in. How exciting is it to come off a banner year last year, finishing third in the state and having a lot of those kids back?
Well, this group, they had a great summer and, they've had a good fall, many of them, whether it be soccer or obviously volleyball, fantastic. And, it's just a fantastic group of kids that have put in so much time and, they've really grown up, and it's just been fun to get on the court with them and get, have practice and it's neat when you start at a certain point. Now we can just go so much further with them at this point early in the season. And so we just have to remember, though, that we got to just go one day at a time, one game at a time. And like Coach Empton says, you can't cook the steak in one day. So, we just got to keep that all in perspective and keep getting better every day. And it's been a lot of fun.
Wendy, for those that might not be familiar, a lot of your kids do get involved in some summer activities. Are they in an organized league during the summer season to kind of brush up on their skills and, do that iron sharpens iron type thing?
Dave, our kids put in the time. We have every single one of our athletes are playing AAU, whether it be locally or down in the circuit, down in the cities, and flying and playing all over the nation and putting in a tremendous amount of time with their AAU teams and clubs. And, we play in a Monday night league here in Alexandria. We also have workouts here, and they're in the weight room. And we work well together with, our other coaches so that we understand that, our school is still, not big enough where we still need to share our athletes. And so not only are they getting to basketball workouts and going to other things, trainers or whatever they're doing, but they're also, spending time with soccer and volleyball and the weight room and anything else at softball, anything else they may be in. And so we really try to work well together so that our kids can do everything. And I think we've found a good balance for them.
For the kids that are a part of your basketball team that were volleyball players, of course, the volleyball season wrapped up less than 2 weeks ago with Alexandria winning the Class AAA state title. For those players that do have the volleyball connection, were they in the gymnasium right away the following Monday for the opening day of practice, or did you give them a little leeway as to when they would come in?
No, we told them, we reached out to them and said, listen, you guys need to get a reset, get a mental reset, and a physical reset. And they took a few days off and they came ready to go on that Wednesday. So, they're ready to go. I mean, they love this team, they love this sport, and they're excited to start the journey all over again.
The first stop in the journey happens to be into southwestern Minnesota. It's really interesting, Wendy, because your team's playing on back-to-back days here. Marshall first, and then being involved in the Breakdown Sports Tip-Off Classic for a Saturday late morning game. When it came to preparing for the two games right off the bat here, I know when I talk to you a lot, you like to focus on just the team in front of you, but has the entire focus throughout the week been on the Marshall Tigers?
It has been on the Marshall Tigers, but subliminally we've been preparing, doing some other things so that the girls have gone over things for what they will see against Stewartville. And, I think a big part of it is that our coaching staff, has our we're prepared mentally to switch gears. And we always tell the girls, you supply the game, we always tell the girls, we supply the name, you supply the game. And so we'll have them squared away, and they just need to go one game at a time. There's been no talk of Stewartville, just all Marshall. And but like I said, we've been doing certain drills, certain breakdown things that will definitely tie in hand with what we will see against a very good Stewartville game the next morning.
I know that Marshall, in essence, is playing its first game as well. Now, their head girls basketball coach was at the XL Energy Center coaching up the volleyball team all the way to the end of the season. How fun is it for you personally, Wendy, to be involved in coaching matchups with great people like Dan Westby?
Oh, Dan is a class act, and he's an icon, and he's a legend, and a Hall of Famer, and I have nothing but utmost respect for him. He's a Hall of Famer in both sports, and he's dedicated so much of his time for the young women in our in our profession over the years, and just a class act. And it's really fun to go head to head with Dan. He's smart, he's good, his kids play hard. They have a great system there in Marshall. It'll be a very difficult game and be a very difficult opener for them and us as well. And then a quick turnaround for us to play a very good Stewartville team who's ranked right behind us in the rankings the next morning.
Yeah, I see your non-conference schedule is loaded with teams that are presently in the top 10 in the preseason rankings, and we made that reference to iron sharpens iron earlier in the interview, and boy, it seems like with your out-of-league schedule, you're going to get exactly that.
It is loaded, and the thing is, we call them 50-50 games. I mean, this group needs 50-50 games where they're, win or lose them, we're going to learn, and that's what if they want to, have the lofty goals that they have, we need to be challenged night in, night out. And, if things go well in those games, great. If we happen to stub our toe, there's no need to overreact. We're going to get better from that and use those experiences to build on what matters is that playoff run down the stretch. But, it is stacked. It is loaded. There's no doubt about it. But this is a group that can handle it. They're built for this schedule. So we're excited for them, and they are excited.
Regarding the matchup here against Marshall, what will be essential for your team to have the outcome it wants in this season opener?
Well, definitely, we're going to need to contain Bigler. She's a very good cross-country runner. She's already verbal to Southwest State, where her dad's the men's coach there. Fantastic player, good point guard. And then Reese Drake, who you saw her in the volleyball tournament, the one that was, knocking down all the hits for Marshall. Very good basketball player, a lot of energy, great vertical, great athlete. And then her last name I think is Dillingham. She's verbal to Dakota State in volleyball and basketball, very good athlete. But the thing about the Marshall girls more than anything is they have Dan, and they run a system, and those girls play with a lot of grit, and they're tough. And so we know that coming in, and it's going to be, the team that's going to have the, that's going to go in, and we're going to be squared away, and we're going to play with great pace. We're going to take care of our areas. We're going to hit the boards. We're going to get out and go, get stops defensively, and we just got to go in and take care of business because we're going to get their best shot.
Final wrap-up before we conclude the interview, Wendy. We won't talk a whole lot about the Stewartville game because, again, we're covering the matchup here in Marshall. But for those that want to go see your basketball team play for Saturday, I understand that Hopkins High School is not the venue this year. Southwest Christian, I believe, which is located in the city of Chaska, they're the host school this year. Is that correct?
It is, and there was a Hopkins wasn't in code with shot clock compliance with the Minnesota State High School League, and so the venue had to change a week ago. And so it is, Southwest Christian is a beautiful high school. It can easily house the Tip-Off Classic, and so that's where we're moved to. And it would be great if the whole town of Alexandria would swing into Southwest Christian High School and watch us take on Stewartville, who's ranked just behind us in the state, and I'm sure they'll be out for blood after dropping the third place game to us last year. And then head on over to the Card football game because that's what our girls and that's what we're all doing. So it would be great to get a bunch of support because I could imagine that maybe many of the Stewartville people will be there in droves and then head over to their football game as well. So, just a little shout out to maybe we can snag a few of the fans heading down to US Bank Stadium and quick stop.
Well, you know, it happened a couple of weeks back, in the volleyball state tournament. You had football players and girls hockey players that came to watch at the XL Energy Center. So I like the fact that you're being travel planner as well, Wendy. Best wishes to you and the Alexandria Cardinals here against the Tiger teams tonight and on Saturday. But great to be working with you again. I always enjoy our conversations and covering your team as well.
Thank you, Dave. Just shout out to Coach Byrne and the volleyball girls. Fantastic season. Wow, just a fantastic run. And shout out to Coach Empty and his staff and, all the football players, go down and get it done and bring it back to Alex. It'd be just a fantastic fall. And then I think the boys and girls basketball and hockey and everybody else is ready to set the tone in the winter for the Mighty Cards. So let's go.
Very good. There is Alexandria Cardinal girls basketball coach Wendy Kohler. Our special guest is part of our Jutner Motors pregame show.
And we are rapidly approaching game time here at Marshall High School. Again, projected start time 6:30. And we need to give a shout out here to the staff here in Marshall. Activities Director Mitch Grunig and Head Coach Dan Westby and some others. When it was realized that Alexandria would have the quick turnaround to go into the Twin Cities to play tomorrow again, that was a late site change, and more notably, the corresponding weekend on which the Breakdown Sports USA Tip-Off Classic was held last year was in a situation where it moves to this year, and it's in conflict with the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. So they ended up moving up the Breakdown Sports Tip-Off Classic a week ahead, and as a result, the Alexandria Cardinals play tonight in Marshall and then go ahead and play tomorrow down in Chaska at Southwest Christian High School to compete against the Stewartville Tigers in the Breakdown Sports USA Tip-Off Classic. The JV game was won earlier this evening by the Alexandria Cardinals 36-29, and again the varsity game is just moments away. We will have our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. That will be coming your way at halftime of tonight's varsity girls basketball matchup. Jutner Motors will sponsor our post-game show later. We thank Jutner Motors for presenting our pregame show here. We're going to take a break to hear a few words or see a few words from our Alexandria Cardinal Sports Boosters if you're on YouTube tonight. And then we're back with the call of Alexandria girls basketball after a brief timeout.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Garden Center features 34 lanes of bowling fun. Whether you're an avid bowler or just looking for a fun outing, add Garden Center lanes to your calendar and make it a fun date.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat, our passion is what makes it great.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
The defending Section 8 AAA champion Alexandria girls basketball team. Cardinal girls basketball is on the air from Marshall High School in southwestern Minnesota. JP Boleen is our videographer tonight for the live broadcast on YouTube. Russ Henricks is not with us tonight. He'll be back with us in December as he's my basketball broadcast partner during the winter season. We have Jackson as our KXRA studio engineer, and I am DMAC, Dave McClurg. Introducing the Alexandria starting lineup, very familiar as this lineup of 5 has tons of experience. 4 guards on the floor, and they're all seniors and they're all college bound. Hadley Toole heading to South Dakota State University on the D1 level. She's 6'2". Chloe Scholl is heading to the Gustavus Adolphus, and she is a senior at 5'9". Macy Lino heads north to Bemidji State University next year. She's a senior at 5'6". Allie Habala will be playing in Marshall next year at Southwest State University. She's a 5'7" senior. And then junior Kate Hennessy is also on the floor at 5'11". The backcourt for Marshall includes 5'8" junior Reese Drake, 5'9" junior Talia Bigler, and then the front line includes Paige Gillingham, along with Allie Peterson and Avery Schneekloth. The Cardinals get the opening tap, and the shot underneath by Kate Hennessy is a bit too strong, and the rebound goes to Drake. Gillingham is a 5'10" senior forward, Allie Peterson a 5'9" senior forward, and Avery Schneekloth is a sophomore at 5 feet 11 inches tall. Here is Bigler looking to drive, leaning in, and she draws contact. A foul is going to be called on Alexandria's Allie Habala, and she'll pick up the first of the season about 31 seconds into the game. And Talia Bigler will step to the line as she will shoot a pair for Marshall. Free throw number 1 on the way is off the heel of the rim, no good. As you watch on YouTube, Alexandria is wearing the traveling jerseys, the white tops, white pants, black numerals, black lettering, silver trim. Second free throw by Bigler is good to give Marshall the early lead, and the Tigers will press in the backcourt. Marshall school colors are orange and black, so the Marshall High School girls basketball team wearing the black jerseys, black shorts, white numerals, orange and white trim. Here is Hadley Toole on the drive through the lane, and she'll lay it up and in. And Alexandria takes its first lead of the season. It is 2-1 for the Cardinals. Now looking to lean in the other way is Reese Drake, and she lost the handle. It's going to be out of bounds off of the Marshall Tigers, and Drake is a little bit slow in getting up. She is staying on the floor, but now helped up to the court by her teammates. She is okay, and she will stay in the game. But again, at the outset here, Coach Dan Westby showing some full court pressure, so Alexandria's backcourt players will be tested. Allie Habala nearly got trapped in the back court, and the ball's knocked out of bounds off Bigler, so now it will be a sideline pass in. Hadley Toole will trigger it in front of the bench. She'll feed to Habala, then to Lino, then back into the front court. It's Hadley Toole with it. Now she'll dish out. Habala on the right side. Can't connect on the 3, and the rebound is for Paige Gillingham of Marshall. 2-1 Alexandria with the lead. Our scoreboard updates during girls basketball coverage tonight brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Tigers working the ball around the court. If you're watching on YouTube, it's Marshall that is flowing right to left in this first half of play. Now out top, it's Bigler handling the basketball. Couple of dribbles, now she'll hand off, down to 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. Leaning in is Drake, and her shot is blocked out of bounds by Hadley Toole. And we've only got 5 seconds now on the shot clock. And a pass in along the baseline. It looks like Bigler will trigger it in. Bigler with the pass in to the left of the Alexandria basket. It comes in. Couple of dribbles by Allie Peterson. Now off to Schneekloth, and we're going to have a I think we had a clock violation on Marshall. I think they reset the shot clock, and evidently it did run out. So that's going to be a violation on Marshall in the second Tiger turnover. Now on a standard possession, it is 35 seconds. If you miss a shot but get an offensive rebound, that resets the shot clock to 20 seconds. So it is not a full reset if you get an offensive rebound. And so now Alexandria will get the ball. And a pass in will be coming in. And now I think we're going to have a stoppage here as couple of the officials are coming over to the scorer's table, and as you watch on YouTube, you can see both head coaches right at the edge of the scorer's table. Wendy Kohler situated to the left from our vantage point, and of course Dan Westby situated off to the right where the Marshall bench happens to be. And now I think we're going to have an official timeout here. Not certain why we're having the stoppage unless it was a timeout called, but I think it's only going to be a brief timeout. I still feel that Marshall just ran out of time on the possession, but yet there was some time put back on the shot clock. I noted on the baseline pass in that there were only 5 seconds on the shot clock, and there was additional time put on, and I don't know why that was. Now Alexandria works it up the floor. Scholl looks to dish it off, and it nearly got turned over. Now Habala dishes off to Scholl. Her three is off. Loose ball, and Kate Hennessy's going to get it for Alexandria. So another opportunity here for Alexandria. Again, the shot clock only resets to 20 on an offensive rebound. Ali Habala misfires on a three, and the rebound goes to the Marshall Tigers. Into the front court come the Tigers. Reese Drake has it left side. Now into the corner. Allie Peterson's three is off. Talia Bigler cannot connect as she got an offensive rebound. Then the ball tapped out, and Marshall will keep it here. Shot clock at 19 seconds. We are now 2.5 minutes into the first half. Halves in regulation time are 18 minutes, so it's a 36-minute basketball game. Three is short. Drake's follow no good. Then another offensive rebound on the weak side by Paige Gillingham, and she got fouled. So now Marshall will be going back to the free throw line after a foul is called on the Cardinals' Macy Lino. Her first and the second on the team. Paige Gillingham will step to the stripe, and she misses the first free throw. Now Kaya Pinckney is going to make her debut in the 2024-25 season for Marshall as she'll replace Allie Peterson. Still a 1-point Alexandria lead, almost 3 minutes gone here in the first half. Second free throw good for Gillingham, and we are tied at 2. Now Alexandria bringing the basketball up the floor, and Hadley Toole had it taken away by Reese Drake. Drake looking to drive strong to the basket, and she puts it up and in. So Marshall takes advantage of the Alexandria turnover and scores, and the Tigers take the lead back. It's now 4-2 for Marshall. Hadley Toole, long distance three is off the front rim. The ball's going to carry him out of bounds, and it's going back to the Marshall Tigers. Alexandria does have some accurate shooters, and they're not afraid to shoot from the outside, but so far the Cardinals are 0 for 4 beyond the arc. Now Marshall looking to expand on its 2-point lead here in the opening half. Out top, it's Talia Bigler, now handing off. Drake has it. Nearly lost it along the near sideline, now gets it back, curls in, feeds out. Here's Kaya Pinckney stepping in. Her medium range shot is good. And Marshall has scored the last 5 to go up by a score of 6-2. Tigers will show some pressure in the backcourt. Hadley Toole feeds ahead to Lino. Now across underneath is Kate Hennessy, and I think before Hennessy can pass the ball away, we're going to get a foul called on Marshall. And this foul will be on Paige Gillingham. She draws the Tigers' first foul with 14:22 remaining in the half. No free throws here for Alexandria. It's a baseline pass in for the Cardinals. Lino gets it in to Hadley Toole. Toole now looking to drive through the lane. Layup bounces around and in. Hadley Toole gets the basket, her second in tonight's game, and the Marshall lead is at 2, 6-4 for the Tigers. DMAC, Dave McClurg bringing you the play-by-play on KXRA Radio, and also the video presentation tonight on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Out top, Schneekloth gets it off to Drake. Reese Drake looking to drive, and she puts it off the window and in. Drake scores, and it's 8-4 in favor of Marshall, equaling the biggest lead of the night for the Tigers. Now here's a drive by Ali Habala, and she'll put it off the window and in. So Habala scores her first basket of her senior season. Hadley Toole has the other 2 buckets. 8-6 in favor of Marshall. 4.5 minutes gone by in tonight's game. Right side, Kaya Pinckney on the dribble drive from the wing, and her shot is no good, and I think she just drew foul number 2 out of Macy Lino. That may force Coach Wendy Kohler to make the first player switch and bring a Lino out. 2 free throws will be coming for the Tigers, Kaya Pinckney. Free throw number 1 is off the heel of the rim, no good. First substitution for Alexandria will be McKinley Helsher, and she'll spell Lino. Keslin Pinckney and Avery Fall will come in for Marshall. Second free throw for Kaya Pinckney is no good, but then an offensive rebound for Keslin Pinckney. Back out. The 3 is going to be short, and now the ball in the corner. Back tap by Avery Fall, and another look for the Tigers, and then pass through the lane is intercepted. Alexandria coming back the other way. Toole gets it off to Kate Hennessy, now out top to Ali Habala. Habala looking to drive, drops it off underneath. Shot is up and good for Hadley Toole. Toole was kind of serving as the trailer there, and Alexandria ties the game. It is 8-8 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Little more than 5 minutes gone by in our girls basketball matchup at Marshall. Right side, Keslin Pinckney with the ball, working it out top. Now gets it off to Kaya Pinckney. Now to Drake. Drake through traffic, lays it off the window and in. And we're seeing at the outset here, Reese Drake, who is an excellent player for Dan Westby's volleyball team in the fall. She's effective at dribble penetration, at least at the start of tonight's game. Cardinals have Kate Hennessy feeding off now to Helsher. Then Chloe Scholl is going to put it in. I think that's a replay-worthy moment for those checking it out on YouTube. Our replay is being brought to you by Quali Real Estate, as it was a nice drive up the baseline, and McKinley Helsher fed that pass across the lane. Chloe Scholl gets the answer, and she makes the free throw as well. And it's going to be a 3-point play for Alexandria. The Cardinals take an 11-10 lead on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. We're about to move 6 minutes into this first half here at Marshall High School. Great to have you tuning in tonight for our broadcast coverage on our various platforms. This is DMAC, Dave McClurg. Here's Keslin Pinckney looking to drive. She's cut off by Scholl. Pass back out. Down to about 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Drake on the drive. Puts it off the window and in. Boy, it seems like a repetition there. Reese Drake on the drive for the score. She now has 8 baskets, and a lot of it on dribble penetration. At the other end, Helsher sinks a 3-pointer on the right wing for Alexandria. And the Cardinals take the lead back. It's Alexandria 14, Marshall 12. Now looking to drive here is Talia Bigler. She kind of leaned in trying to draw contact, but it was pretty good fronting defense there by Ali Habala, and it ends up being a turnover on Marshall. 4 turnovers for the Tigers, only 1 for Alexandria so far. Now we've got some pressure in the backcourt. Helsher brings it up the floor on the right side into the front court, now out top to Habala. Then to Kate Hennessy. Back out, Habala with the ball, now around to Helsher. Skip pass to Scholl, now to Hennessy. Then to Helsher. Then it goes inside, knocked away, and that's going to be the second Cardinal turnover. And then it's going to be turned back over as Helsher gets it. Feeding off, and now Scholl gets a feed from Ali Habala, and Scholl got tripped, and we're going to have a Marshall foul being called here. Avery Fall will pick up the personal. It was actually Chloe Scholl that was the player that did the falling there because of the foul on Fall. How about that for a little alliteration there? Avery Fall spells her last name F-A-H-L. Pass in for Alexandria. Here is out top, Ali Habala with the ball. Looking to drive, then feeding off to Helsher left side, and she sinks another three. McKinley Helsher has come off the bench and go 2 for 2 from three-point range, and Alexandria now has its biggest advantage of the half. Up by 5 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's 17-12. Now leaning in, shot no good by Keslin Pinckney. Scholl with the defensive rebound for Alexandria. Off now to McKinley Helsher, then into the front court. Toole has it. She'll light up for a three and score. And that's going to prompt a timeout. It's going to be a short timeout for Dan Westby, meaning a 30-second break along our platforms. 10-17 to go in the first half in girls basketball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria 20, Marshall 12.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
The Alexandria Cardinals started 0 for 4 from three-point range, and it's almost like I mentioned that on the air, and lo and behold, the DMAC jinx worked in reverse, because since the Cardinals have knocked down 3 straight three-pointers, part of a 9-0 run, and Alexandria is now up by 8, almost 8 minutes into tonight's game. Reese Drake has the ball for the Marshall Tigers. Alexandria primarily a player-to-player, a man-to-man defensive team. Now Paige Gillingham has it, then it goes out to Avery Schneekloth. Now to Gillingham, jumper from the free throw line doesn't go. Rebound to McKinley Helsher, and she'll get it off to Ali Habala. So the Lady Cards are getting some defensive stops. They hope to put the lead into double figures for the first time tonight. Scholl has it, now to Hadley Toole, around to Ali Habala on the right side. Habala will go inside, Scholl posting up, leans in, shot no good. And Chloe Scholl will step to the line to shoot 2. And that's something that Chloe has been able to expand her diversity as a basketball player. She's always been a very good outside shooter, but showed some nice inside moves there. First free throw does not go. Keslin Pinckney picks up the Marshall foul. Her first and team foul number 4 of the half. Scholl will get one more to try to expand Alexandria's lead to 9. And she missed them both. Rebound, no, by Toole, and she laid it up short. Rebound to Reese Drake for Marshall, and the Tigers are coming the other way. Here is Drake feeding off now to the right side to Schneekloth. Then it goes into the corner for Paige Gillingham, then inside. Keslin Pinckney has it. Now Drake. Drake had it slapped. I thought it was McKinley Helsher slapping the ball, but I think she slapped the hand of Reese Drake. And Helsher will pick up the Alexandria personal. That will be her first and the 4th on the team here in the first half. Alexandria by 8. It's 20-12 Cardinals on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Inbound pass and leaning in is Talia Bigler. And she got fouled in the act of shooting. And 2 free throws will be forthcoming after Ali Habala picks up the foul, and she now has 2 personal fouls. Bigler at the stripe for a pair for Marshall. First one is no good. So Alexandria still on a 9-point run that Bigler can stop if she makes the second free throw. She does, and she does. 20-13 now for Alexandria. Habala will feed across the floor to Helsher on the right side. Now it's going to go to Kate Hennessy. Hennessy, couple of dribbles, then back out to Habala. Midway through the first half, and Alexandria is in front by 7 points. Habala passes to Chloe Scholl near the top of the key. Then back out to Helsher. We're down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. 8:45 to go in the first half. Now Helsher gets it off to Hadley Toole. Toole to Habala. Long distance three. It's good. She was almost out of bounds on the left side, right in front of the Marshall bench. And Ali Habala sinks the three. And it's 23-13. Alexandria on top. Drake will try to answer for the Tigers. Now she passes off to Paige Gillingham, and then the pass right side intended for Drake is going to be out of bounds. Now we're going to have a substitution as Abby Evink is going to make her debut here in 24-25. 5'9" sophomore on the floor for the Cardinals. Evink is joined by Ali Habala, Hadley Toole, Chloe Scholl, and player number 5 is McKinley Helsher. Now looking to drive is Bigler, and Bigler, I believe, got fouled on the floor here. That will be the last foul that Alexandria has to give in this first half. Chloe Scholl picks up the personal foul. And I say last foul to give because this is the last foul where Marshall gets to inbound. Alexandria now at 6 team fouls, the Marshall Tigers at 4. Reese Drake triggers into Kaya Pinckney, who's back in. Those two joined by Talia Bigler, along with Paige Gillingham and Avery Schneekloff. Here is Bigler spotting up for a three, and she rattles it home. Bigler with the three-point shot. Alexandria's lead is at 7, 23-16. Here is Hadley Toole, front court, looking to drive. Then passes out. Scholl has it, curling in, then back out. Habala looking to take off. Jumper in the lane, bounces around and drops in. That was not an easy shot for Ali Habala to make. She was kind of hung up in the air. Not necessarily a full fadeaway, but she got a couple of friendly bounces on the rim and the ball fell through. Alexandria 25, Marshall 16. 7:20 to go in this first half of play. Here's a long two-point shot that does not go for Bigler. Scholl with the defensive rebound. Off now to Hadley Toole, who walks it into the front court. She'll hand off now to Ali Habala. Alexandria was down early by as many as 4, but right now the Cardinals have a 9-point advantage. Here is Evink up the baseline, then passing out. Scholl has it. Across now to Helsher. Then to Chloe Scholl. Scholl had the ball poked away. It's going to go out of bounds. And Dan Westby takes the back tap there, and he was pleading for Tiger basketball there, but that would not be the case. Still 8 seconds to go on the shot clock for Alexandria. Got some different people coming in. Macy Lino re-enters for Alexandria, and Avery Fall is back into the game for the Marshall Tigers. Pass in, Toole has it to Lino, to Kate Hennessy. Now off to Toole, then it comes back, and the Cardinals are going to lose possession. It's going to be an interception for Talia Bigler, and she'll drive to the rack on the other end and score. So Marshall takes advantage of the Alexandria turnover. Cardinals might have gotten a shot clock violation if it wasn't turned over within the flow of play. 25-18, Alexandria. Now here's Evink out top. Now Macy Lino has it. She'll drive into traffic, and we're going to have a blocking foul called. Lino not afraid to drive right through a couple of Marshall defenders there, and I believe it's Kaya Pinckney picking up the personal foul. Coach Westby is going to take Pinckney and Avery Schneekloth out. Paige Gillingham is back into the game as one of the substitutions for Marshall. I believe Allie Peterson is back in as well. And now we're going to have a turnover here. I believe Alexandria had a player working up the baseline, and it's a step out of bounds. So the Cardinals turn the ball over for the 4th time. Into the front court comes Talia Bigler for Marshall. As you're watching on our YouTube feed, the Tigers dressed in the black jerseys, black shorts, white numerals, and orange and white trim. Alexandria defending the basket off to your left on the YouTube screen is wearing the white jersey tops, white shorts as well. 3-point shot by Talia Bigler is good. Then she steals the inbound pass, and now we're going to have a foul called. And the Marshall faithful getting fired up here as I believe the Tigers are going to go to the line for a 1-and-1 here. That's going to be a foul on Hadley Toole. And a bonus opportunity, but not before we're going to have a stoppage of play. I believe it's going to be a short timeout, so a 30-second break along our platforms here. 5:46 to go in the first half. Glenwood State Bank Scoreboarding girls basketball. Alexandria leads at Marshall 25-21.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
We extend our appreciation to all of the Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters presenting our production of Alexandria girls basketball tonight. On the radio at 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM, KXRA Alexandria. We also have the live audio through our Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And thanks for joining us through the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, where you can watch the live video paired up with the KXRA play-by-play. Both free throws on the 1-and-1 made for Talia Bigler, and Marshall is drawn to within 2, now trailing 25-23, and the ball is going to be coming back to the Marshall Tigers. So Alexandria gives it up, and we're going to have Marshall possessing the basketball in the front court. What was once a 10-point Alexandria lead could disappear completely if the Tigers get a basket on this possession. Talia Bigler gets it off now to the left side for Allie Peterson. Then to Fall, but the pass was a little bit wide for her, and Fall was on the baseline when she got it, and that's going to be Marshall's 6th turnover of the game. Turnover number now even at 6. Allie Habala, Hadley Toole, Macy Lino, Kate Hennessy, and Chloe Scholl back in for Alexandria. That's Wendy Kohler's original starting 5. Looking to drive to the basket there is Toole, and she got fouled in the act of shooting. So Hadley Toole will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws here. Paige Gillingham picks up her 2nd foul. That is Marshall's 6th here in the opening half. First of 2 for Hadley Toole is off the heel of the rim. Alexandria now just 1 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. So still a 2-point Alexandria lead at 25-23. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go until halftime. Second free throw on the way for Hadley Toole. She's got 9 points all from the floor, and now she reaches double figures after making the second free throw. 3-point lead for Alexandria at 26-23. Drake has the basketball. Now she'll dish to Keslin Pinckney. Those two joined by Avery Schneekloth, Talia Bigler, and also one other on the floor, that being Avery Fall. Leaner, no good for Marshall, and then a rebound for Alexandria. Here come the Cardinals the other way. Ali Habala down the lane, taking it to the rack and laying it in. So she scores on dribble penetration, and Alexandria grows the lead to 5. It's the Lady Cards 28, the Marshall Tigers 23. Ball got tipped in the front court as Marshall will play it out. Bigler spotting up for the triple, and it's good. Talia Bigler missed on her first 3-point attempt, but she has made her last 3 from the field. She is now up to 15 points. Now we've got a drive at the other end, and Kate Hennessy will score for the Alexandria Cardinals. 30-26, Alexandria's lead is 4. You got DMAC and Dave McClurg and Marshall High School bringing you girls basketball coverage tonight on KXRA Radio with the live video stream on our YouTube channel. Ball worked around nicely, but a 3-pointer by Avery Fall is missed. Chloe Scholl rebounds, and Alexandria is coming back the other way. Habala thought about the three, elected not to shoot. She'll pass off to Scholl. Then Habala drives, drops it off, and Kate Hennessy along the right baseline gets a friendly bounce on the heel of the rim as it drops in. Alexandria's lead is now 6 at 32-26. And the Cardinals commit not a very smart foul there. It comes about 60 feet away from the basket. And Hadley Toole now has her second personal foul. And she has just put Talia Bigler back on the free throw line for another 1-and-1. Bigler made both ends of a 1-and-1 earlier in this ball game. She must make the first to get the second here. Free throw is good, and she'll get the bonus. Bigler started off the game 1 for 3 from the stripe, and she has made 4 in a row since. Lead is at 5, and now it's at 4. Both free throws good for Talia Bigler, and it's Alexandria 32, Marshall 28. Into the front court. Habala dribbles out of the trap, plays it to McKinley Helsher. Those two joined by Chloe Scholl, Macy Lino, and Kate Hennessy. So Toole's on the bench now with the 2 personal fouls. We're going to have a pass by Hennessy. She tried to drop it off to the left baseline for Scholl. Marshall tipped it out of bounds. Lino will play it in for the Alexandria Cardinals. Pass into the left of the Marshall basket, which it defends here in this first half of play. Now the ball comes back to Lino from Habala. Shot no good. And it's going to be deflected out off of Marshall. So another 3-point look here. Or I should say another look. It doesn't have to be a 3, but it could be a 2-point look. Regardless, shot clock should reset. I believe 20 seconds should be put up on the shot clock, and that's what they do. Again, after a missed shot, when the team gets the offensive rebound and the ball becomes dead, they reset the shot clock to 20. Now pass in. Here is Helsher to Lino. Back to McKinley Helsher. Now up top to Kate Hennessy. Around to Habala. Ball knocked away. Down to 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. And a near steal here. Talia Bigler down below us here. Getting some cheers from the Marshall students. Situated right at front court on the near side down below us. 8 to go on the shot clock. Pass into Ali Habala. She works it into the front court. Spin move to the free throw line. Now strong to the basket. And with 1 second to go on the shot clock, she got fouled. And 2 free throws will be forthcoming to Ali Habala. Talia Bigler picks up the Marshall foul, so both teams will shoot the bonus for the last 2:49 of this first half. And 2 will be coming here for Ali Habala. Alexandria doing a nice job of working that clock down. Only 1 second on the shot clock to spare there. And now we're waiting to see if somebody's going to be checking in. I don't know if a player has a cut or... Nope, looks like we're ready to go here. So no player substitutions, although Hadley Toole is at the bench for Alexandria. First free throw is no good for Ali Habala. Now we're going to have Chloe Scholl leaving, and Hadley Toole will check in. Under 3 minutes to go until intermission. Alexandria's lead is 4. Second free throw by Habala off the front rim, and Alexandria is hurting itself at the free throw line here in the first half. The Lady Cards have now attempted 7 free throws, making only 2. Still, Alexandria is up by 4. 32-28 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Marshall with the ball front court. Avery Fall and Talia Bigler joined by Reese Drake, Keslin Pinkney, and Avery Schneekloth. And now we're going to have a foul called. And this one is going to be whistled on Alexandria's Hadley Toole. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, it's McKinley Helsher. Got a little bit worried if it was Hadley Toole, it would have been her third, but it's the second on Helsher. So now Reese Drake at the line for a 1-and-1, and that's missed. Ali Habala with the defensive rebound. Up ahead to Lino. Lino stops, feeds out. Now the ball worked to the left side. Habala takes off from the wing down to the baseline. Shot off the side of the glass. Rebound to Avery Fall for Marshall. We're about to go under 2 minutes remaining in the first half, and now the Tigers turn it over. Pass a little bit wide of Bigler, and Habala picks it off. Now in the front court, Macy Lino has it. Down to Hennessy. Hennessy back out, now into the corner. Helscher's triple is going to be off. Rebound to Avery Fall for Marshall. Now up the floor, and a pass intercepted. The Cardinals get it back. So Marshall has had 2 live ball turnovers on their last 2 possessions. 4-point Alexandria lead with 90 seconds to go in the first half. Lino for 3, and she puts it in. Her first triple of her senior season, and Alexandria goes up by 7, 35-28. Now into the front court. Reese Drake is able to collect it and managed to do a nice job at keeping her feet in the front court. Otherwise, it would have been a violation. Dan Westby, the head coach of the Tigers, is going to take a 30-second timeout. We will do so as well. 1:14 to go in the half. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in girls basketball have Alexandria leading at Marshall 35-28.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Welcome back to Marshall for our continuing coverage of Alexandria Cardinal girls basketball. First of 8 regular season Alexandria girls basketball games we'll have on our various platforms. That does include KXRA Radio, the audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, and also live video and KXRA audio on our YouTube channel. JP Boleen is our videographer tonight. DMAC Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Backdoor lob inside, and a Marshall player is trapped in the lane. She needs to get out, and she does. Now the ball worked over to the right side and tapped out. Marshall will keep it as Avery Fall will trigger it in. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. We're in the last minute now of the first half here at Marshall. Looking to drive is Bigler, then it comes off to Fall. Her 3 is off the heel of the rim. Offensive rebound. Now Marshall works it inside, and the turnaround shot by Avery Schneekloth is good. So while the Tigers were not able to connect on the 3-point shot, Keslin Pinckney was able to get an offensive rebound, and that led to a follow-up opportunity. Pass in, got deflected out, so another trigger in. Toole gets it up the floor to Macy Lino. Lino handling it out front. Now to Ali Habala, then off to Toole. Toole stumbles in the lane, lost the ball. Hennessy gets it back. Then it comes out. Long 3 by Macy Lino, no good. Then an offensive board as Hadley Toole timed her jump beautifully there for Alexandria. And then as she went up for the follow-up shot, she is fouled and will have a free throw opportunity here for the Alexandria Cardinals. I believe this is going to be a 2-shot opportunity for Hadley Toole. Nope, it's a 1-and-1, but immaterial. She makes the first, so a bonus shot is coming. Hennessy will check out as McKinley Helscher comes in. Shot clock will be off for the rest of the first half as we have 22.6 seconds to go until intermission. Second free throw rattles around and in for Hadley Toole. 37-30, Alexandria with the lead. Front court, long pass up the floor, comes to Fall, then outside. Drake's 3 doesn't go. Rebound by Shoulders, still time on the clock, and then we got a foul called in the back court. And we're going to the other end for another 1-and-1 for the Alexandria Lady Cards. Talia Bigler just picked up her second foul. Marshall now with 9 in the opening half. So this will be the last 1-and-1 of the half, and Chloe Scholl will step to the stripe. So far 1 for 3 from the free throw line in this game. And she is now 2 of 4 as she sinks the first free throw. Hadley Toole's going to check out. Good substitution there by Coach Kohler with Toole possessing 2 fouls. Abby Evink will re-enter for Alexandria. 8-point lead for the visitors. Now it's up to a 9-point lead as Chloe Scholl sinks the second free throw. Reese Drake will bring it into the front court. We're down to the final 5 seconds. Lob through the lane, intercepted. Now up the floor, backcourt shot for Habala is off the back rim, front rim. It would have counted for a backcourt triple, but we have reached halftime and Alexandria has the lead in a good spot right now. Cardinals 42, Marshall 30 at the break. We're going to take a timeout to hear from some of our Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters. I gave Alexandria 3 too many points. They thought the scorers table counted that 3 for Habala, but the lead is 9 for Alexandria. So 39-30 is the correct count with Alexandria in front of Marshall at intermission. Stick around, we've got the mid-game report.
Premier Collision guarantees your full satisfaction. From a simple dent to major bodywork, Premier Collision.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and
Premier Collision guarantees your full satisfaction. From a simple dent to major bodywork, Premier Collision will fix your vehicle right. Stop by for a free estimate or go to premiercollisionmn.com. Premier Collision, excellent results, a friendly attitude, and fair prices.
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Garden Center features 34 lanes of bowling fun. Whether you're an avid bowler or just looking for a fun outing, add Garden Center lanes to your calendar and make it a fun date.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smokin' Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smokin' Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat, our passion is what makes it great.
KXRA Radio and also the live streaming through our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Right now, Alexandria leads 39-30 at the break. Dave McClurg welcoming you to our first Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report of the basketball season. We will have a number of basketball games on the air. A lot of those are going to be coming up in the new calendar year. This will be our last girls basketball broadcast until January 10th, when we'll have Alexandria's home game with Sartell on the air. And we're still about almost a month away from our first Alexandria boys basketball broadcast. That'll be on Thursday, December 19th. Our last broadcast of calendar year 2024 will be Alexandria's home game against Bemidji. Here, Alexandria got off to a bit of a slow start. The Cardinals were yielding some baskets on dribble penetration. Notably, Reese Drake got active early on. I believe she had 8 of her team's first 12 points. And then Wendy Kohler, who's got a terrific starting 5 with 4 college-bound seniors and junior Kate Hennessy forming that 5th starter. She was able to go to her bench, and McKinley Helsher was a player that produced instant dividends for Alexandria. She knocked down a pair of three-pointers back-to-back to help trigger a 9-0 run that took a 12-11 Marshall lead into an advantage of 8 points for Alexandria. The Cardinals eventually would build the lead to as many as 10 at 23-13. Marshall did make a run to get to within a couple late in the half, but Alexandria was able to get some defensive stops, and the Cardinals are in front at the break by 9, 39-30. Trends in the game: we had 5 lead changes in the opening half. Marshall's biggest lead has been 4 points at 6-2 and again at 8-4. Alexandria's biggest lead, as noted just a couple of moments ago, 10 points. Individual numbers: the Lady Cards being led by senior Hadley Toole. She's bound for Division I South Dakota State University in Brookings, and she had 12 points in the first half. Did a lot of ways: a 3-point basket, some points in the paint. She also went 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 9 points for Ali Habala, all from the floor. 6 points for McKinley Helsher, all off the bench for the Lady Cards. 5 for Chloe Scholl, 4 for Kate Hennessy, and 3 for Macy Lino. So all of the starters have scored. The only reserves that have gotten into the game so far are Helsher and Abby Evink. Evink is the only player yet to score in this first half for Alexandria, out of the 7 players that have played. Marshall is being led by their 5'9" junior guard, Talia Bigler. Again, an excellent all-around athlete here at Marshall High School. Great cross-country runner in the fall season, and obviously Dan Westby is happy to have her playing basketball in the winter. She ended up scoring more than half of her team's points, 17. Take away the 8 points from Reese Drake, and Marshall as a team has only scored 5 among the rest of the players that have gotten in. 17 for Bigler, 8 for Drake, 2 apiece for Avery Schneekloth and Kaya Pinkney, and 1 on a first-half free throw for Paige Gillingham. On the boards, fairly close, although Marshall with a slight edge, out-rebounding Alexandria 15-11. Turnovers in the first half: Alexandria committed 6, Marshall had 9. Fouls in the first half, each team with 9 fouls. Both teams very similar percentages from the free throw line. Marshall 7 out of 13 and Alexandria 6 out of 11. And again, our halftime score is Alexandria 39, Marshall 30. Our thanks to Eldon's Fresh Foods for presenting our mid-game report. We invite you to stay tuned. We're going to be back with more high school girls basketball from southwestern Minnesota after a brief timeout.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
Yeah!
Cenex Midtown Express has fresh made pizza, lunch and breakfast sandwiches, and broaster chicken, live bait, propane, and diesel fuel. Cenex Garfield has groceries, bait, and tackle, and made to order pizza. Cenex Midtown Express, Alexandria, and Cenex Garfield.
We're about ready to start the second half with the Alexandria girls basketball team in front of Marshall 39-30. My thanks to Michael Wright from Layton Media. He's doing public address announcing at the Runestone Community Center tonight as the Alexandria girls hockey team is back in action. Third game in 4 days for Alexandria Cardinals. They are moments away from starting the second period, and right now Alexandria and Wayzata are scoreless. Alexandria will return to conference play with their first ever Central Lakes Conference game at Detroit Lakes this coming Tuesday night. That will be Alexandria's only regular season meeting with the Lakers, who are the newest members of the Central Lakes Conference, to make it a 10-school conference. Of course, with girls hockey, you do have St. Cloud Tech and Apollo pairing with Cathedral to become the St. Cloud Crush, and then Sartell and Sauk Rapids Rice pair to become the Sartell Sauk Rapids Storm and Sabres during the girls hockey season. Sartell and Sauk Rapids Rice have standalone boys hockey programs. The Alexandria Cardinals will get the ball to begin the second half of play as 18 minutes is put on, it's Marshall getting the ball. Alexandria had there was one dead ball, so it is Marshall ball here. And now a loose ball. Reese Drake picking it up. Drake along with Talia Bigler, Allie Peterson, along with Paige Gillingham and Avery Schneekloth on the floor for the Marshall Tigers. We're going to have a foul called on the drive to the basket, and Chloe Scholl picks up the personal. That's her first. Reese Drake will go to the line for two. Alexandria begins the second half with Kate Hennessy, Hadley Toole, Chloe Scholl, Macy Lino, and Ali Habala on the floor. First free throw does not go for Reese Drake. She gets one more. 8 points for her tonight, all from the floor until the made free throw on the second opportunity at the line this trip. Some zone pressure here by Marshall. Alexandria works through it quite well, brings it into the front court. Hadley Toole driving, then feeding off to Chloe Scholl. Then it comes out. Habala feeding now into the lane, and it's intercepted. Seventh turnover for Alexandria tonight. Now Marshall looking to draw closer, trailing by 8 points. We're underway in period number 2. Out top, Bigler gets it off. Now a Schneekloth on the right side. Tries her first three-pointer of the season, and the sophomore drops it in. So the first 4 in the second half belong to Marshall, and Alexandria's lead is 5. Front court, the Cardinals have it. Here is Ali Habala. Playing with it out top, bounce pass to Scholl, and a backdoor cut there, but pass a little bit behind Hadley Toole and a turnover. Here comes Marshall back the other way. Gillingham had it swatted away. She got it back and then fires through. Taken by Peterson, now around to Talia Bigler on the right side. Now to Drake. Drake with an opening down the lane, and she lays it in. She really hurt Alexandria on dribble penetration to start this game, and then she wasn't nearly as effective in doing that. And now as Hadley Toole's trying to ward off the defense of Avery Schneekloth, I believe Schneekloth will get called for the personal foul. First foul on Marshall here in the second half. The Tigers are on a 6-0 run to start the second half to trim Alexandria's 9-point lead down to 3, 39-36. Here's Macy Lino with the ball out top. Skip pass going over to the right side, and Scholl got tripped as she was looking to make a drive toward the bucket. It's going to be Paige Gillingham picking up the foul, and that will be her third. Macy Lino will look to play it in along the baseline for Alexandria. It comes into Hadley Toole. Medium range jump shot danced off the rim. Bigler with the defensive rebound. Marshall can tie with a three-point basket on this trip or get to within one. They're looking for the tie, and the Tigers will get it. A bounce off the front rim and then off the glass and in. Allie Peterson sinks the three. Marshall on a 9-0 spurt to start this second half. Alexandria cannot connect at the other end. Bigler comes away with it. Driving, then feeding out to Drake. Her three-pointer doesn't go. Rebound to the Cardinals, Kate Hennessy. And Alexandria coming back the other way. Down inside, foul got called. Scholl did not score. She's going to have to earn it from the line. Reese Drake will pick up the Marshall foul. So a big surge by the Tigers out of the locker room as they have scored the first 9 to even this score. Chloe Scholl's first free throw of 2 puts Alexandria on top by 1. Scholl is now 4 of 6 from the stripe tonight. Macy Lino will check out. McKinley Helsher re-enters for Alexandria. Second free throw for Scholl is good. Alexandria 41, Marshall 39. Cardinals settle back into their half-court defense here. Talia Bigler brings it into the front court, feeds it through. Now a loose ball picked up by Alexandria. 10th Tiger turnover tonight. How about that for some alliteration using the letter T? Here is Scholl curling in from the right wing, and she lost the basketball. Marshall taking it the other way. Bigler into the front court, spotting up for the triple, and it is going to be short. Rebound to the Cardinals, and Ali Habala will feed it ahead. Now we've got a drive to the basket, and we're going to have a stoppage. Marshall commits a foul, and that's going to mean a free throw opportunity after Schneekloth gets the foul. Hadley Toole will be going to the line to shoot a pair. Alexandria up 41-39. Free throw number 1 is good to increase the Cardinals' lead to 3. Peterson will check out. Kaya Pinckney will come in for Marshall. 3-point Lady Cards advantage. One more free throw, and that's good as well for Hadley Toole. So the Cardinals attacking onto their advantage, doing it at the free throw line. 43-39 for Alexandria. Marshall with the ball, front court. Left wing, it's Bigler getting it out to Schneekloth. Now on the drive, Drake may have worked her way into traffic. I thought she might have gotten called for the happy feet, but she got fouled. And this foul will be on Ali Habala, and that will be her third. Team foul number 2 in the half, and Reese Drake was in the act of shooting. The first of her 2 free throws bounces in. Alexandria 43, Marshall 40 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. We're 3.5 minutes into this second half. Second free throw bounces in for Drake to trim the Cardinals' lead down to 2. Here is Ali Habala up the left side into the front court, trying to stay out of the trap. Quickly feeds to Helsher, down to Hennessy underneath. The layup is good. Let's see if we can get some highlight-worthy material on the YouTube channel as Alexandria uses the great ball movement there to get the basket and the score for Chloe Scholl. So nice work, Kate Hennessy getting an assist on that last bucket. And Alexandria extends the lead to 4 points. Now we're going to have a foul called on Hennessy, and that is her first foul. Pass in will be forthcoming for Marshall. Reese Drake gets it in, turnaround shot, cleanly blocked by Hennessy, but then picked up by Avery Schneekloth, and a reset to 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now Talia Bigler has it, feeding off to the left side for Kaya Pinckney. Pinckney over to the right side, and there's Schneekloth for the 3. That will carry him off to the side. Rebound to Chloe Scholl. Alexandria brings it into the front court. Here's Habala out top. Now driving, feeding off to Helsher on the left wing. Bingo! It's a 3-pointer for McKinley Helsher. She's got 9 off the bench on 3 triples. And Alexandria leads 48-40. And now a pass intercepted, taken by Ali Habala. Cardinals coming back the other way, and Habala drives and puts it in. Alexandria expands the lead to 9. It was a 9-point lead at the half, and then Marshall scored 9 in a row, but the Cardinals have responded with an 11-2 run. At the other end, the three is good in the left corner, and that will be a basket for Paige Gillingham, her first bucket of her senior season. She had a first half free throw. Now Scholl looks to answer at the other end. She does not. Offensive rebound, and Kate Hennessy laid it up short, but she got hacked in the act. Free throws will be coming for the Cardinals' Kate Hennessy. Avery Schneekloth will pick up the Marshall Tigers foul. That's now 5 fouls this half on Marshall. First free throw rattled around and eventually dropped off, so it's no good. Dan Westby, the head coach of the Tigers, will bring Keslin Pinckney back in to the game as one of his substitutions. Second free throw is good. So Hennessy splits her 2 free throws, and that gives Alexandria a 7-point lead. She is going to be out as we've got Macy Lino returning. So it's Allie Habala, Chloe Scholl, McKinley Helsher, Hadley Toole, and Macy Lino. Here on the left side is Paige Gillingham with the ball. She fumbled it briefly, picks it up, plays it back out. 12.5 minutes to go in the second half. Alexandria leads at Marshall in girls basketball by 7. Bigler with a three-pointer. That does not go. Hadley Toole up strong with the defensive rebound for Alexandria. Now off. Here is Habala getting it to Macy Lino. Now it's going to go to Hadley Toole. Toole leaning in. Finger roll shot doesn't go. Is she going to get called for the offensive foul? Or is it going to be just a traveling call? I think it's going to be too many steps on Alexandria. Nonetheless, a turnover, and that's now 10 for Alexandria tonight. Marshall has committed 11 turnovers. We're now 6 minutes into this second half, and Alexandria's lead is 7 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard at 51-44. Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Ball gets tipped by Lino, and now into the back court. Marshall will be able to retrieve it. Down to 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Front court, it's now Keslin Pinckney with the ball, and then she put it on the floor. Drake picks it up. Now to Talia Bigler. Bigler looking to drive, then feeds off left side. The three-pointer by Avery Fall doesn't go. Reset here as Bigler gets the offensive rebound. Tries to lean in. Shot doesn't go. Habala with the defensive rebound. Alexandria looking to push. Habala now up to Helsher, then out top to Hadley Toole. 51-44 Alexandria. About 7 minutes into this second half. Chloe Scholl takes it to the hole, and she got fouled in the act of shooting. Neat to see that Alexandria is working to the basket, drawing some foul shooting opportunities after the Marshall fouls. Avery Fall picks up the personal. Free throw number 1 of 2 is good for Chloe Scholl. And Alexandria's lead is 8. The Cardinals have led by as many as 10. Marshall led by 4 early on in this game. Second free throw doesn't go. Reese Drake with the defensive board. 52-44, Alexandria in front. We're about to go under 11 minutes remaining. Here's a three-point shot left side, and Gillingham knocks it down. Marshall has now made 4 three-pointers this half, attempting 9. Now here's Scholl up the baseline, skip pass to the right side. Hobble on the drive, then dishing off. Scholl lays it in. Again, good ball movement side to side by Alexandria. That leads to a Chloe Scholl layup. Allie Habala with the assist. 54-47, Alexandria. 10.5 minutes to go, second half. Gillingham has her 3 rattle out. She was 2 for 2 beyond the arc. Hadley Toole with the defensive board. Now the Cardinals look to expand on the 7-point lead. Helsher a little bit trapped, and she got tied up. And the arrow here favors the Alexandria Cardinals. We will have a pass in for Alexandria. Team fouls this half, 6 for Marshall, just 3 for Alexandria. On the inbound, Allie Habala sinks a three-pointer, and the Cardinals equal their biggest lead of the night. Now in front, 57-47. Here's a 3 at the other end as Talia Bigler knocks it down. So back to a 7-point Cardinal lead at 57-50. Hobble on the drive, puts it up short. Battle for the board. Oh, they're going to rule Marshall basketball. I would almost be inclined to call for a replay there, but I don't necessarily want to be wrong on that 50-50 call. So Alexandria will keep it. 20 seconds on the shot clock, which does reset after the missed shot, but the offensive possession. Macy Lino gets it in for Ali Habala. Those two with Kate Hennessy, McKinley Helsher, and Hadley Toole on the floor. Alexandria by 7. Now under 10 minutes remaining, second half. Here is Habala dishing off. Hennessy for 3, and that bounces off to the side. Rebound to Avery Schneekloth for the Marshall Tigers. Marshall can cut into the lead. The 3 in the left corner by Avery Fall is good. That three-pointer can whittle away at a deficit quite quickly. Marshall's last 2 baskets have been three-pointers. 57-53. Now Helsher on the drive, puts it up and in. That could have been an and one as well, but McKinley Helsher will accept the basket. She's in double figures off the bench with 11 for Alexandria. Hadley Toole and Ali Habala also in double figures. Here's a 3, no good for McKinley Helsher. Now we got a scramble, and I think we're going to have a tie-up. And Marshall's going to get the basketball back as the arrow favors Marshall. Now Talia Bigler will check out as Reese Drake will be onto the floor once again. She's joined by Keslin Pinckney. Avery Fall is in the game. I think Paige Gillingham is on the floor along with Avery Schneekloth. Pass in goes to Reese Drake. Drake out top for the Marshall Tigers. 59-53, Alexandria, now under 9 minutes remaining. Here goes on the drive Keslin Pinckney, then it comes back out. 3-point shot, no good. Battle for the board, and I think Fall, she got the rebound, but she had a foot on the baseline, and that's going to mean possession to Alexandria. We will not charge Marshall with the turnover there because it was an attempt to get the offensive board. So Alexandria with the ball. Here comes Toole up the floor, and then she had it slapped out of her possession. It will belong to the Lady Cards. Here comes Chloe Scholl back in for Alexandria as she'll spell Macy Lino. Alexandria 59, Marshall 53. Those are the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. We are in the second half. DMAC, Dave McClurg, happy to have you joining us, whether you're watching on our YouTube channel tonight or listening in on KXRA Radio or through the Voice of Alexandria app. Ball deflected out on the inbound pass, so now McKinley Helsher will trigger in along the sideline just down below us off to our left. She gets it into Ali Habala, now to Chloe Scholl. 59-53, Alexandria in front. Here is Toole out top, lost the ball. Helsher picks it up. Now it goes inside. Turnaround shot doesn't go, but we've got a foul on the floor, and the bonus will be in effect now for Alexandria, as that will be a foul number 4 on Paige Gillingham. Team foul number 7, so the bonus in effect here. Oh, and they're going to allow Alexandria to I thought the Cardinals were going to miss out on a 1-and-1 opportunity there. It was the 7th foul of the half, and Alexandria was getting ready to trigger an inbound pass. And we have a couple of officials discussing here. And now let's see if we're going to get set up. If the last foul was on Marshall, and it was whistled on Paige Gillingham, and now they are going to put Kate Hennessy on the line, which I thought was going to be the case originally. It's lucky that J.P. Boleen didn't catch me on camera. I was doing the hand signals here, throwing my arms out, indicating a bonus situation, trying to officiate myself, and then Hennessy missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and Avery Fall collects the rebound for Marshall. So still a 6-point lead with under 8 minutes to go in regulation time. Here is Schneekloth out top. Talia Bigler back in. She dishes to Avery Fall. Then it comes around to Drake. Now over to Kaya Pinckney, then back out. Down to 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Out top, Drake is wide open for the three, and she scores. That's her first outside shot made tonight. The junior Reese Drake with 16 points. Alexandria's 6-point lead cut in half. Habala nearly had the ball stolen away. It is poked out of bounds by Schneekloth. Alexandria will have the ball. 7:22 to go. Don't go anywhere. This is the type of game that likely will go down to the wire here. Allie Habala handling the basketball. Off now to Scholl, then a skip pass over to McKinley Helsher on the right side. Cardinals by 3, and now we've got a stoppage here. Hadley Toole ended up getting sent to the floor by Avery Fall. I think that's going to be the third foul on Fall. Team foul number 8 now on Marshall this half. And we're going to have a timeout. I think, and did we get the timeout granted? I think nope, just a nope, now Coach Westby will be granted the timeout. And this is going to be a full timeout, meaning a 1-minute break for our various people along our platforms. A 1-and-1 situation next for Alexandria. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in girls basketball with 7:08 to go. Alexandria leads at Marshall 59-56.
North Central International. Heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. Off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
Alexandria Cardinal girls basketball. First hoops coverage on our various platforms this winter. JP Boleen is on the video camera from Marshall, and I'm DMAC Dave McClurg. A 1-and-1 for Hadley Toole, and the free throw goes off. Offensive rebound, and a follow-up is good for Chloe Scholl. So Toole missed the front end of the 1-and-1, but then Chloe Scholl was able to clean up the garbage, and Alexandria leads by 5 with under 7 minutes to go. In the front court, Kaya Pinckney has the ball on the right side. As you watch on YouTube tonight, Marshall is flowing left to right. On the drive, Reese Drake put it up too strong, but she drew contact, and Drake will be going to the line to shoot 2. I believe it's going to be Kate Hennessy picking up the foul. That is her second and team foul number 4. Couple of free throws here for Drake, and the first one is good. She missed her first 2 from the line, but has since buried 5 in a row. Alexandria 61, Marshall 57. Second free throw is good as well. And the lead is back to 3. Marshall came out of the locker room and tied the game up with a 9-0 surge. It was 39 all. Then Alexandria scored 11 of the next 13, and the Cardinals have played from in front since. Now Macy Lino on the left wing, dials long distance, and she makes the connection. It's a made 3-pointer for Lino, and Alexandria leads by 6. Here's Marshall's Kaya Pinckney in the front court. Passing back out now to Avery Fall, then it goes to Drake on the wing. Underneath, Schneekloth working her way up the baseline down to the left block, and Avery Schneekloth scores. Alexandria 64, Marshall 60. Cardinals do a nice job at the press break, but then in the front court, the bounce pass gets intercepted. Chloe Scholl trying to dish off to a teammate. Marshall recovers, and then we've got a pass that goes too high, and Marshall will turn it right back over to Alexandria. We're now under 6 minutes remaining in this second half. Don't forget, the Alexandria girls basketball team will be in the Twin Cities tomorrow, playing at Southwest Christian High School in Chaska. Alexandria's opponent will be another group of Tigers. Alexandria versus Stewartville. That game will begin around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's a rematch of last year's third place game in the state class AAA girls basketball tournament, won by Alexandria 69-55. Toole tries to knock down a three. That doesn't go. And, good work there. I think we're going to get a look here. Our instant replay review on YouTube being brought to you by Quali Real Estate. Hadley Toole, as you watch the replay, tried the shot from the left side, but it was Chloe Scholl basically out-muscling Reese Drake for the possession, allowing Alexandria to keep the ball. The Cardinals were able to inbound, but could not connect as Scholl's layup is off. And Marshall has the ball. And now Bigler is going to be fouled. I believe this foul is going to come on the floor. And it's going to be a foul on Ali Habala, and she now has 4 personal fouls. Team fouls now 5 in the second half for Alexandria. And now Coach Wendy Kohler is going to stop play here as she wants to talk it over with her kids. I believe we're going to make this a 30-second timeout. 5:17 to go, second half in girls basketball. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria 64, Marshall 60.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Mac, hoping you're enjoying our broadcast coverage of Alexandria girls basketball. Don't forget, during the winter season here, whether it be hockey, wrestling, basketball, even some boys swimming and gymnastics later in the winter, if we have a regular season event on the air, we will be able to bring it to you through our YouTube channel. You can go to the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, click the subscribe button, and you'll get updates on nights when we're doing the live video to go along with our KXRA radio play-by-play. That's for our regular season events during the winter of 2024-25. Tomorrow, from the Prep Bowl, that will be an audio-only broadcast. Alexandria versus Elk River for the Class 5A championship with the kickoff at 4 p.m. in downtown Minneapolis tomorrow. Audio only on KXRA radio and through your Voice of Alexandria app. Then when we have our first Alexandria boys hockey broadcast on the air on Tuesday evening, when the Cardinals host Brainerd, there we will have the live video on our YouTube channel to go along with our radio outlets. Marshall will have the ball following an Alexandria timeout. Marshall has 2 timeouts remaining. Alexandria has 3. Here is Reese Drake with the ball out near the top of the key. She'll get the bounce pass to Talia Bigler, now into the corner, and the three-point shot over the rim, and then the back tap attempt is going to be off Marshall, and Alexandria will get the basketball back. So the Cardinals do get a stop. Marshall's going to press in the back court. Here's Hadley Toole feeding ahead too high, and it got intercepted. Here comes Keslin Pinckney with the ball, feeding across, and that's too high. Boy, it seems like the turnovers are coming, like they're equally sharing them. Alexandria turns the ball over on one possession, and then the Marshall Tigers turn it right back over. And now, it will belong to Marshall. Evidently, it was tipped out, so no turnover there. Reese Drake gets it in, and Avery Schneekloth scores the basket. So back to a 2-point lead. Turnovers right now 12 apiece, and now Alexandria, unfortunately, takes the turnover lead as the Cardinals give it up here. So with under 5 minutes to go in the second half, Alexandria will look to hold its 2-point lead. Kate Hennessy comes out. Ali Habala back in the game. 4 fouls with 4:42 remaining in regulation time. The Tigers can tie with a basket or take the lead with a 3-pointer. Now here is Schneekloth backing in. Turnaround shot in the lane off the heel of the rim. And Alexandria gets the rebound. Picked up here by Ali Habala. Now up to Hadley Toole leaning in. Shot doesn't go, but Toole got fouled. And she'll step to the line to shoot 2. So Marshall did have the opportunity to tie the game up. Kaya Pinckney picks up the foul, and that is her third. Ninth on Marshall this half. This will be a 2-shot opportunity. So in essence, even though Marshall has not hit the 10-foul limit, every common foul on Marshall, meaning a non-player controlled foul the rest of the way, will mean 2 free throws for Alexandria. Toole gets the first to increase Alexandria's lead to 3. Second free throw is good as well, and the Cardinals lead 66-62. Our scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Marshall with the ball in the front court. As you watch on our YouTube broadcast tonight, the Tigers are flowing left to right in this second half. Now looking to attack here is the Tigers' Kaya Pinckney, and then she'll dish into the corner. The 3 does not go, and then a scramble for the rebound, and it will belong to the Marshall Tigers on the tie-up. Reese Drake will play it in to the left of the Alexandria basket. Drake along with Avery Schneekloth, Talia Bigler, Kaya Pinckney all on the floor. Inbound goes to Bigler. Bigler curls in, and she got fouled. Tripped up. Now that's not going to put Marshall on the line yet. That is the 6th Alexandria foul. Oh, they're going to say that Bigler was in the act of shooting, so she will be awarded with a couple of free throws here. I think Wendy Kohler's kind of feeling the way I am. I thought that foul was on the floor. And evidently the Tigers will inbound the ball, so no free throws here. The foul got called on Helsher, and that is her third. That's only the 6th foul here in the second half. I know some of the Tiger faithful in the stands not very happy, but in my mind, I think that was the appropriate call. I might be a little biased, but heck, I'm calling it as I see it. Drake gets it in underneath, and the shot doesn't go. It's going to be out of bounds. Marshall's going to keep it here. Avery Schneekloth could not connect, but the Tigers will play it in. 3:56 to go in regulation time. 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. It resets to 20. Reese Drake to play the ball in. She gets it into Talia Bigler. Those two joined by Avery Fall, Kaya Pinckney, and Avery Schneekloth. Here in the left corner is Fall, and her three-pointer doesn't go. Loose ball, scramble, and it's out of bounds. I believe it's back to Alexandria. So, players were going to the floor there trying to get that recovery, and Alexandria will have it. So the Cardinals getting some stops. Alexandria did lose all of a 9-point lead out of the locker room to start the second half. Marshall tied the game up at 39, but then Alexandria went on an 11-2 run, and the Cardinals have played with the lead since, though Marshall refuses to go away. Front court, Toole dishes to Kate Hennessy, now back out to Ali Habala. 3:30 to go in regulation time. Alexandria with the ball in a 4-point lead. Here is Helsher handing off to Toole. Toole out top. Now feeds to Habala. Habala curls in, backs up, passes to Kate Hennessy. Now to Habala, ball fake. Now over to Scholl, left side for the triple, and that is off. Rebound to Avery Schneekloth, and then we've got a Cardinal foul called after the miss, and we're going to the other end for a 1-and-1. This might come down to free throw accuracy at the end. Which team can hit more of the foul shots down the stretch? Kate Hennessy picks up the Alexandria foul, and that's going to put sophomore Avery Schneekloth on the line for one and the bonus. She needs to make the first to get the second. McKinley Helsher will leave as Macy Lino re-enters for Alexandria. 4-point Cardinals lead in a tight game in Marshall. Free throw is good. And it's back to a one-possession advantage for Alexandria at 66-63. One more free throw coming, and that is good as well. Again, the Tigers have gotten to within a few times this half, but outside of the 39-all tie, we have not been even. Now here is Ali Habla. She was in a little bit of trouble. She turned it over. Now Drake working the other way, and she got fouled in the act of shooting. If she can make both free throws, we're going to be tied up with 2:55 to go. And now 4 fouls on Kate Hennessy tonight. We have several players now getting into some foul difficulty. Reese Drake's first free throw bounces around and in. Now we'll have McKinley Helsher back in. Kate Hennessy will check out. Timeout is going to be called, and this will be a full timeout, so we're going to make it a 1-minute break of our own. 2:55 remains in regulation time. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in girls basketball. It's as tight as you can get without any team being deadlocked. Alexandria 66, Marshall 65.
Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Us on our various platforms this evening through Leighton Media. We've got the live video stream on our YouTube channel, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, and you're listening on the radio at 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM, KXRA Alexandria People Radio. Free throw by Drake is missed, and then the loose ball, and I believe it's going to be Avery Schneekloth collecting the rebound. And then the ball's out of bounds, and last touch by Alexandria. So the Marshall Tigers will have a sideline pass in right in front of the Marshall bench. The Tigers have not led this second half. Now here is Paige Gillingham back into the game. Here's Bigler feeding to Avery Fall. Fall now off to Gillingham, then back out to Bigler. Bigler now to Fall. Pass goes in. Schneekloth backing in. Layup for the lead. Doesn't go. Follow up. No good. Scramble underneath. Scholes got it. And did she get fouled or was she tied up? I think she got tied up. And it's going to be Alexandria basketball on the possession arrow. So Marshall had a couple of opportunities, one for Avery Schneekloth and one for Avery Fall down inside, but Chloe Scholl able to secure the defensive rebound before the tie-up. Here comes Toole front court, taking it to the rack, putting it up too strong. Marshall's got it back. Gillingham with the defensive board. Again, the Tigers looking for their first lead here in the second half. 66-65 Alexandria. Here is Bigler on the drive. Runner for the lead. No good. Follow-up is good. And Avery Schneekloth will get the offensive rebound and the follow-up, and then Alexandria turns it over at the other end. Now 15 turnovers for the Lady Cards tonight. So Marshall operates with the lead of 1 point, and the Tigers have the ball with 1:45 to go in regulation play. Now looking to drive is Drake into the corner. Falls. Three is good. And Marshall's on a huge surge down the stretch. Now a 2-possession lead. Chloe Scholl will bank it in at the other end to drop the Marshall lead down to 2. 1:20 to go in regulation time right now. Marshall 70, Alexandria 68. Now Drake on the drive, put it up too strong. Rebound to Hadley Toole. Toole up the middle of the floor, drops it off to Helsher. Out now to Habala, then to Lino. Lino, the 3 for the lead. It's going to be short. Rebound to Avery Schneekloth of Marshall. So the Tigers still have the lead as we go under 1 minute remaining. 70-68 for the Marshall Tigers. Looking to win the season opener against an Alexandria team ranked number 2 in the Class AAA preseason poll. Here's a pass right side. Hadley Toole coming out to challenge Talia Bigler there, and the ball is tapped out by Toole. 44.2 seconds to go in regulation, 16 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Alexandria led virtually the entire second half until Marshall caught up with a go-ahead basket by Avery Schneekloth. A three-point shot by Avery Fall followed to create a 5-0 spurt. Bigler with it out beyond the arc, leaning in, shot, rims around, rolls around and in. And Marshall goes up by 4. Pressure in the backcourt. Hobula has it, and now we're going to have a stoppage. Timeout's going to be called by the Alexandria Cardinals. We're going to take our final break during play-by-play here. Alexandria is in trouble in southwestern Minnesota. The Lady Cards are down by 4 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Marshall 72, Alexandria 68.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Down the stretch, Alexandria at one point in the second half had a couple of 9-point leads, one at 59-50, but Marshall's been executing on the offensive end. The visiting Cardinals not quite as much, and right now Marshall looking to gain a victory on opening night, leading 72-68. The advantages of 4 in this half for Marshall at 70-66, and again at 72-68. These 4-point leads equal the biggest for Marshall tonight. Now the timeout situation, Alexandria has a total of two timeouts remaining. Actually, 1 timeout remaining for Alexandria and 2 for Marshall. I marked a timeout on the Tigers sheet that I should not have. Lob goes in, and Hadley Toole has it underneath. Reverse layup doesn't go. Toole got fouled, and she will go to the line for 2. Marshall now at 10 fouls here in the second half. Foul number 4 is whistled on Avery Fall. Boy, Marshall's gotten some key contributions from Avery Fall off the bench, along with Kaya Pinckney. First free throw does not go for Hadley Toole. She had made 7 of her previous 8 free throws, but one of the misses here in the second half was on a front end of a 1-and-1 where Marshall got the rebound. And now she misses the second free throw. Scholl with the follow-up, that's too strong. And the rebound to Reese Drake. And Drake got fouled with 13.9 seconds to go. So Alexandria was able to get a second chance opportunity, but the Cardinals get an empty trip. And now we'll go to the other end for a 1-and-1 for the Marshall Tigers after McKinley Helsher picks up the foul. Looks like Reese Drake is going to be okay. And we'll go to the other end for a bonus opportunity. Doesn't get a lot easier for Alexandria in less than 24 hours. At 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, the Cardinals will play the Stewartville Tigers as part of the Breakdown Sports USA Tip-Off Classic. If you're already heading to watch the Prep Bowl game between Alexandria and the Elk River Elks, why not make it down early and head out to Southwest Christian High School in Chaska and watch the Alexandria girls basketball team play Stewartville. It's only about a 20-minute drive or so from Chaska to get into downtown Minneapolis if you use Highway 212. Marshall, by the way, has taken a timeout here. So both the Tigers and the Alexandria Cardinals have 1 timeout remaining. Marshall will get the chance to build on a 4-point lead with a 1-and-1 opportunity. But tomorrow, Alexandria and Stewartville will play girls basketball at 11 a.m. It's part of the Breakdown Sports USA Tip-Off Classic. Conference play for the Alexandria girls basketball team begins already on Tuesday when Alexandria matches up against the Brainerd Warriors at Brainerd. We'll have Alexandria versus Brainerd in boys hockey on Tuesday night. The Alexandria Cardinals will be hosting the Brainerd Warriors. Bemidji ended up defeating Alexandria in the boys hockey season opener last night 6-1. And Dr. Landon Olson will have another challenge for his team tomorrow when Alexandria faces Orono in a non-conference game beginning at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Drake at the line for one and the bonus. Regardless of the outcomes here, it will still be a 2-possession Marshall lead. Free throw number one is good. And now with 13.9 seconds to go, Marshall is up by 5, 73-68. This is the biggest lead of the night for the Tigers. And now it grows to 6. 74-68. Now into the front court. Hobula gets it to Lino. Her shot is off. Chloe Scholl with a weak side rebound. Out to Helscher. Her three will be off the heel of the rim. And the ball will be out. And we've got a stoppage here. A foul being called. And that's going to put Hadley Toole on the line. Paige Gillingham will end up leaving the game tonight, fouling out after scoring 7 points, including 6 here in the second half. She made some timely threes for the Marshall Tigers to fuel what is likely to be a comeback win. I think a miracle will not even save Alexandria in the season opener now. The Tigers up 74-68. Hadley Toole at the line for a pair of free throws. First one on the way, and it is good. 74-69. Alexandria down by 5 after the Cardinals led throughout much of the second half. Second free throw good. Cardinals will press in the back court, and we're going to have a stoppage. I think a timeout's going to be called here. And it's going to be an Alexandria timeout. Again, we're going to keep it right here. Want to let you know we've got our Juttner Motors postgame report coming up momentarily. Our postgame will be a little bit shorter tonight. We're not going to have any of the Cardinal players come upstairs. Want to make sure that the Alexandria girls basketball players and support staff get on the road in a timely manner here. Again, they've got about a 2-hour, 15-minute bus ride ahead heading up north to Alexandria. And then an early start down to the Twin Cities tomorrow. I believe the Cardinals will be on the road before 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to get ready to play Stewartville in the Breakdown Sports USA Tip-Off Classic. So our Juttner Motors postgame report will include an announcement of our player of the game, and then we'll also give you some stats and a whole lot more straight ahead. Unfortunately, it looks like Alexandria is going to come away from southwestern Minnesota with a loss. 74-70 in favor of the Marshall Tigers. Marshall did not lead in this game until under 2.5 minutes remaining. Alexandria was up 39-30 at the break. Marshall surged, getting the first 9 in the second half to tie the game. Alexandria then responded with an 11-2 scoring run, but Marshall has been able to chip away, and now the Tigers are up by 4. I tell you what, for some of these volleyball players that also play basketball for Dan Westby, people such as Reese Drake and Avery Fall and Paige Gillingham as well, this will be a bit of a sweet measure of revenge, not necessarily on the Alexandria players, but on Alexandria the school, after the Cardinal volleyball team won the state Class 3A title against Marshall 13 days ago. Now McKinley Helscher has just fouled out of the game, so she becomes the second player in tonight's game being disqualified. First one from Alexandria. And now we'll have Talia Bigler shooting 2 for the Tigers with 1.8 seconds to go. 74-70, Marshall on its way to a win. Free throw does not go. Regardless of whether this free throw is good or not, no other opportunities, and I think Coach Wendy Kohler is going to take her team's final timeout, and I think this is only prolonging the outcome just a little bit more. But, you know, the old saying goes, you can't take the timeouts home with you, so might as well use them, because even though this is a veteran team for Alexandria, this could include some teachable moments for head coach Wendy Kohler, Julie Robel, and Sam Hess, the assistant coaches, along with Jennifer Bruss, helping out with the Alexandria girls basketball program this winter. But disappointing way to start the year for Alexandria after the Cardinals played with the advantage probably a good 75 to 80% of this game. But Marshall had the surge right out of the locker room to get the game even, and then it stayed tight, and then the Tigers made one more move, and that will prove to be the winning move in the final 4 minutes of the game. One more free throw here for Talia Bigler to try to increase the lead to 5, and she does. And Alexandria plays the ball in. Last shot from half court is going to be off the rim for Macy Lino, and Marshall has a comeback win on their own home floor. Down by 9 at the break, Marshall ended up scoring Alexandria in the second half by a total of 14 points. 45-31, the edge for the hosts after halftime. And the Marshall Tigers gained the victory over Alexandria by a count of 75-70. That's going to wrap things up for our play-by-play, along with our videographer, J.P. Boline. I am DMAC, Dave McClurg. We will return to Marshall in just moments and get rolling with our post-game report, presented to you by Juttner Motors of Alexandria, after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us. Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
What's your number? I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Premier Collision guarantees your full satisfaction. From a simple dent to major bodywork, Premier Collision will fix your vehicle right. Stop by for a free estimate or go to premiercollisionmn.com. Premier Collision, excellent results, a friendly attitude, and fair prices.
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing.
From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Likely are going to be in the Class 3A state rankings really throughout much of this 2024-25 season. Marshall able to open up its home schedule, taking on the Alexandria Cardinals, who are ranked number 2 in Class AAA in the preseason poll, only behind defending state champion Benilde St. Margaret's. Alexandria was able to play with the lead for a good portion of the night, but Marshall closed strong down the stretch. With under 3 minutes to go, Alexandria had a 66-64 lead, and Marshall was able to string together a couple of positive possessions. A missed shot led to an offensive rebound, and Avery Schneekloth was able to score to give her team the lead. Alexandria had an empty trip the following possession. Then Avery Fall came down and knocked down a three-pointer for Marshall. So boom, the Tigers had a 2-possession lead, and while Alexandria would try to chip away at the end, the Cardinals just didn't have enough time left, and Marshall out-executed Alexandria down the stretch in this one, and the Cardinals go home with a loss, 75-70 here at Marshall High School. Alexandria was able to get some nice balance in the opening half. 12 points from Hadley Toole in the first 18 minutes. Ali Habala chipped in with 9. McKinley Helsher was able to provide a spark in the first half. The Cardinals were down about 6.5 minutes into the game at 12-11, and then I believe a string of 3 straight three-pointers put together a 9-0 run. A couple of those were dropped in by Helsher, and Alexandria took a 20-12 lead. Marshall would get close, and then Alexandria would spread the lead out. The Cardinals were up 39-30 at the break, and if you were to visit with Dan Westby after this one, he might say that the fact that his team came out and got some stops on the defensive side of the ball, and they went to work. The Tigers scored the first 9 points of the second half. Alexandria's first 4 points of the second half came from the free throw line. The Cardinals gave up the lead. It was 39-39, and then those 4 free throws by Alexandria put the Cardinals on top. Eventually, Alexandria would go up by as many as 10 in the second half at 57-47. But credit to Marshall. They had some players execute on the offensive end. Avery Schneekloth, the 5'11 sophomore, fairly quiet in the first half, but she came up with some big baskets. Paige Gillingham dropped in a couple of three-pointers for Marshall. Avery Fall only had 2 baskets the entire night, but one of those increased Marshall's late lead from 1 to 4. And then Reese Drake did a lot of the dirty work, if you will. She got to the free throw line quite a bit for Marshall. Of course, she's not afraid to try to score on dribble penetration, and sometimes you draw contact. And ultimately, Drake was able to make enough free throws. And Marshall, despite trailing a good portion of the night, had the closing surge. And overall in the second half, the Marshall Tigers outscored Alexandria 45-31 to overcome that 9-point halftime deficit, and Marshall prevails against the visiting Alexandria Cardinals 75-70. So Alexandria's at 0-1. Not a whole lot of time to sulk about this one because the Cardinals will get ready for another group of Tigers coming up on Saturday as part of the Breakdown Sports USA Tip-Off Classic. This is our post-game report. Our thanks to Juttner Motors in Alexandria for bringing you our post-game coverage. We're going to take a break, and we'll go inside the numbers. We'll announce our player of the game selection and have some final comments from Marshall High School after this timeout.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Garden Center features 34 lanes of bowling fun. Whether you're an avid bowler or just looking for a fun outing, add Garden Center lanes to your calendar. and make it a fun date.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat, our passion is what makes it great.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
This is the postgame report brought to you by Jutner Motors of Alexandria. Again, the Lady Cards, number 2 ranked in the Class AAA preseason poll, take a loss against the Marshall Tigers. Marshall rallying down the stretch for a 75-70 victory. Checking out the numbers, the Tigers led by Talia Bigler with 23 points. She had 17 in the opening half. So that's a sign that a lot of her Marshall teammates stepped up in the second half. That would include junior Reese Drake. 13 of her 21 points came in the second half of play. 13 points overall for Avery Schneekloth, the sophomore, and she netted 11 in the second half. 7 for Paige Gillingham, 6 for Avery Fall, 3 for Allie Peterson, and 2 for Kaya Pinckney. Keslin Pinckney played but did not score, and I believe she was the only one that got into the game for Marshall that did not get into the scoring column. Bigler with 23, Drake with 21, Schneekloth with 13, Gillingham with 7, 6 for Fall, 3 for Peterson, and 2 for Kaya Pinckney for the team total of 75. Alexandria had 4 players in double figures tonight. Senior Hadley Toole led the way with 18, 16 for Chloe Scholl, as she was right near a double-double in tonight's game. 14 points for Allie Habala, 11 for McKinley Helsher off the bench, 6 for Macy Lino, and 5 for Kate Hennessy. Abby Evink was the only one that got into the game for the Cardinals that did not score. Keep in mind, Alexandria's bench is a little bit shorter at the outset. Lauren Byer would normally be a participant for Alexandria. She is recovering from an injury. Coach Kohler mentioned to me as we put together our interview this week that it's hoped that Lauren Byer will be actively on the court for Alexandria come the new year. And Camry Miller is kind of nursing a little bit of an injury, not quite as serious as it is for Lauren Byer. Hopefully Camry Miller will be back in the rotation even as soon as next week, as she was unavailable for tonight's game. But still, Alexandria went with the players that it's got, and I tell you what, The starting five is tremendous for Alexandria, and their participation off the bench will be really strong. Coach Kohler and Coach Robel and Coach Hess ended up using just 2 players off the bench tonight, that being Abby Evink and McKinley Helsher. Helsher would end up with 11 points. Total rebounds in the game. Alexandria actually out-rebounded Marshall by just 1, 32-31. Chloe Scholl with 9 boards for Alexandria to lead the away there. Marshall had a couple of different players with 6 rebounds each, Avery Fall and Avery Schneekloth. The total fouls in the game, 21 for the Tigers, 19 for the Cardinals. Both teams attacked on dribble penetration, and that meant a lot of free throws tonight. Alexandria actually left at least 11 points at the free throw line, making only 16 out of 27. Marshall was a little bit better, going 19 of 28 from the line. There were 2 instances in tonight's game. Actually, I believe, 2 instances. One, actually both in the second half, where the Cardinals missed the front end of a 1-and-1. On one occasion, Marshall got the defensive rebound. On another occasion, Alexandria got the offensive rebound. But Alexandria 16 of 27 at the stripe, Marshall 19 of 28. 3-point shooting, the Tigers went 10 of 26 from the arc. Alexandria went 8 out of 23. McKinley Helsher with 3 3-point baskets, Ali Habala with 2, Macy Lino with 2, and Hadley Toole with 1. Marshall had a number of players knocking down threes. Reese Drake had a triple. I think Talia Bigler had 4 3-pointers in this game. Avery Fall had a couple, both in the second half. Paige Gillingham had a couple, both in the second half. Allie Peterson had 1, and Avery Schneekloth had 1 as well. Another reason why Marshall was able to come back, the Tigers did a better job taking care of the ball in the second half. Marshall only had 3 turnovers after intermission, whereas Alexandria had 9 turnovers after intermission. So for the game, the Cardinals were -3 in the turnover comparison, 15 for Alexandria, 12 for Marshall. Trends in the game, we had 4 ties at 2, 8, 10, and 39. 6 lead changes, 5 of those in the first half. Alexandria's biggest lead was 10 points, 57-47 in the second half, 23-13 back in the first half. Marshall's biggest lead helped to cap off the comeback late. The Tigers briefly had a 6-point lead in the last minute at 74-68. Other than that, Marshall never led by more than the 6 points. It ends up being a 5-point Tigers victory, 75-70. Again, the Alexandria girls basketball team, I'm sure if they're not already leaving Marshall, heading north on State Highway 23 to get back to Alexandria, that bus will be departing very shortly. We hope the ladies get some good rest tonight, and then they'll be up bright and early in the morning as they make the road trip to the Twin Cities. Again, if you're going to be down in the Twin Cities to watch Alexandria play in the Prep Bowl tomorrow, you can make a side trip over to Chaska. That's just get to the 494, 694 split in Maple Grove, head south on 494 down to U.S. Highway 212. That will take you into Chaska, and you're not that far away from Southwest Christian High School in Chaska, which will be hosting the Breakdown Sports USA Girls Basketball Tip-Off Classic tomorrow. Alexandria is scheduled to play Stewartville at 11 o'clock in the morning. So ample time for you to get there and cheer the Cardinal basketball team on. Then head across 212 into the crosstown, into the Edina, Richfield, South Minneapolis area. Then work your way into downtown and get situated at U.S. Bank Stadium. You'll be there in plenty of time to cheer on the Alexandria football team, which will play Elk River for the Class 5A state title. Game time tomorrow, 4 o'clock. That will be our next radio broadcast. Now, we're not doing double duty of the basketball/football. We'll focus all of our energy on the Cardinal football game tomorrow. Alexandria versus Elk River for the Class 5A state title. Elk River is trying to win its 3rd state championship in the last 9 seasons overall. Alexandria is trying to win a state football title for the first time in the last 50 years. The only state title occurred when Bob Bellevue was the quarterback for the Alexandria Cardinals and the late Ed Christofferson was the head coach. That was in the 1974 season. Alexandria won the state championship at Parade Stadium that year with a victory over the Chaska Hawks. The 2024 Alexandria Cardinal football team started its season against the Chaska Hawks, got a 24-6 win down there, and now Alexandria is trying to cap off the year against a very good Elk River team. The Elks are at 11-1. Alexandria is at 10-2. Only one of those teams will be hoisting the State Class 5A championship trophy in less than 24 hours from now. Tim Zupfer and I will take air from U.S. Bank Stadium with the Juttner Motors pregame show around 3:35 tomorrow afternoon, and play-by-play will follow at 4 o'clock. My thanks to Jackson for the terrific work back at Master Control at KXRA in Alexandria. Special thanks to Juttner Motors for presenting our post-game report, and a thank you to all of the Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters bringing you this evening's coverage. For our videographer, J.P. Boleen, I am DMAC Dave McClurg saying goodnight from Marshall High School, where in girls basketball on opening night, the Tigers come back in the second half to knock off the Alexandria Cardinals 75-70.